Greetings guys, I hope that you're good. Let us have a look at NASDAQ 100, and we are on the monthly chart as you guys can see. And in regards to the monthly chart, we are at a very strong level of support as you guys can see, more or less. And as much as price at this moment is at this very strong level of support, just also bear in mind that we also have this candlestick over here. It's a bearish candlestick with a long lower wick. So this tells us that we have a whole lot of liquidity that's stuck at this level, and that the market at one point or another needs to head down to grab that liquidity. So what I'm saying in other words is that as much as at this point over here we're at a very strong level of support, it is quite possible that price may push slightly down to around this level to trigger all of that liquidity that's sitting at that point, right? Anyway, let's proceed. In fact, what I'm going to do now is just mark that support level because it is very much important. Let's see. So we can say that more or less this is our support level at this point over here. But just bear in mind that this whole area, this whole level over here is a very strong level of support. And remember that support is an area and not so much an actual line, right? Anyway, let's proceed. Let's just head down to the weekly chart. In fact, before we do that, I think I should also just mark that candlestick that is carrying all of that liquidity at the bottom. So just bear with me guys while I do so. Let's see. There we go. Oh, sorry, it's here actually. There we go. So I'm gonna go to the weekly chart, and here we are on the weekly chart, right? So previously guys, remember we spoke about how we have this W structure over here, and I'd said that when it comes to W structures, a lot of traders and investors buy on that second leg of that W structure and place their stop losses just below here, right? So what may possibly happen guys is that price may still push further down to stop hunt all of the stop losses that are sitting at this level. And also because we have this candlestick over here, which is a liquidity candlestick, we have a whole lot of liquidity sitting at that point, and the market at some point needs to head down to grab that liquidity as well, and then we might potentially then see a very nice W structure in that manner, as you guys can see. So I'm just gonna mark that candlestick as well. Just bear with me. It's also carrying a lot of liquidity where it ends. Let's see. There we go, more or less. Let's see. So what else do we see guys in regards to the weekly chart of NASDAQ 100? At this point I don't see much, so what I'm gonna do now is head down to the daily chart. Just bear with me, I just want to fix this box. There we go, more or less. Okay, that should be fine. So let's head down to the daily chart. So here we are on the daily chart. On the daily chart, I'm going to start off by adding my daily channel. So just bear with me guys while I do so. Let's have a look. We can say that more or less this is our daily channel. Just bear with me guys. So there goes our channel more or less, right? So what else do we see guys in regards to the daily chart of NASDAQ 100? On the daily chart of NASDAQ 100, we have an overextended M structure at this level, which has a neckline at this point. And I said to you guys in the past that whenever we have M structures, ideally we want to see the neckline being broken to the bottom side and for price to head back to the neckline, and at this point we would then look for potential selling opportunities, right? So it looks like at this point in time price is rejecting at this level over here, and as I said guys, because of this M structure we might potentially see price hit up to the neckline and then push further down, or what may actually happen is that the market may just from where it is push further down, because there is plenty of scope for the market to push further down, right? So let's proceed. In fact, before we proceed, I just want to add a neckline to that M structure as well, because it's very much important. let's see. There goes our M structure, more or less, or rather the neckline of our M structure. And another thing that is also very much important, guys, the reason why we had, or one of the reasons why we saw this movement to the bottom side is because if you look on this side, we actually had a lot of liquidity candlesticks, right? We had one at this level. The liquidity at that point has been triggered. We have another one at this level. The liquidity at that point has been triggered as well. And remember, guys, that as I say, liquidity represents money that needs to be triggered by the market, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the daily chart of NASDAQ 100? At this point, I don't see much. Although, as I said, guys, the anticipation is for the market to push further down, right, to all of those levels that I spoke about. So what I'm going to do now is just utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool. We just want to have a look and see if the neckline of that M structure aligns with any of the key numbers that we have on the tool. So let's have a look. Let's see. Right. So we can see that the neckline of this M structure actually aligns with the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement level. So should price from where it is retrace back to this level, we will, as I said, look for potential selling opportunities, and that is because we have confluence, right? Number one, we have that M structure. Number two, we have the neckline of that M structure being broken to the bottom side. Number three, in the future we might possibly have price revert to the neckline to test it, and if it does hold, as I said, guys, we will look for potential selling opportunities. And to add to that, the neckline aligns with a very key number that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool, right? So let's proceed. I don't see much, guys, in as far as this chart is concerned. I'm just gonna head down to the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just gonna fix my lines. Just bear with me. Let's have a look. There we go. And then the next thing that I'm going to do in regards to the H4 chart is add my H4 channel, and I would add it in this manner. Let's have a look. Just bear with me, guys. So there goes our channel, our H4 channel. Just bear with me. There we go, more or less, right? So here we are, guys, on the H4 chart. Remember on the daily chart we spoke about how we have this M structure over here and a neckline at that point, right? So what do we see in regards to the H4 chart? In regards to the H4 chart, another thing that I can see that is also very much important is the fact that we had a smaller M structure at this point, which also has a neckline at this level. We saw price breaking to the bottom side of that neckline and then heading back to test that neckline, and we saw that the neckline held, and hence we saw price push further down. So we should have looked for potential selling opportunities at this point, right? And our take profit, just to zoom out a bit, in my humble opinion, in fact, let's go back to the daily chart, and our take profit should at least be around this level over here, because this level is a very strong level of support, right? Let's go back to the H4 chart. I hope that makes sense, guys. So let's proceed anyway. So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the H4 chart? On the H4 chart, over and above us having this M structure at that point, I hope you guys can also see that we had another M structure at this point, which has a neckline at that level, right? So it is quite possible that price may head back to this level to test it and then push further down, right? Or, as I said, guys, because we have this bigger structure over here, right, price may push further up to this point, and at this point we will potentially look for selling opportunities, right? Anyway, let's proceed, guys. Let's proceed. What else do we see on this chart that we should be paying attention to? Another thing that I see that is also very much interesting is how the market closed on Friday, right? We can see that we have a bullish candlestick with a small body and a long lower wick, right? And it's a rejection candlestick in my humble opinion, and it's indicating that we might potentially see price go up a bit, right? In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a neckline to that other smaller M structure. It's very much important as well. let's see. There we go. Right, there we go. So what I'm saying is that, guys, there is a chance that in the upcoming week we might see price revert to this level, and at this level we might potentially look for selling opportunities, right? So that is it, guys, in as far as my analysis goes. But just to go back to the daily chart, in fact, let me go back to the weekly chart. Remember, guys, that on the weekly chart we are at a very strong level of, at this level, support, right? And as you guys can see, we also seem to have what seems to be a huge W structure taking place, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind as well. And just to add to that, guys, remember that we have all of these liquidity points at the bottom, which need to be triggered by the market, right? The most important liquidity point, in my humble opinion, at this point in time is the one that we have at this point over here, at this level over here, right? Just bear with me, guys. The most important one is at this level over here, right? Price needs to grab this liquidity, and once it has done so, I believe that we might potentially see the market push further up to give us this very nice W structure, right? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, peace out.